Hello Internet, today is Wednesday, December 23rd. 2 more days for Christmas shopping. Technically one because most stores aren't open on Christmas Day. If you want to go see a movie, go see Sherlock Holmes on December 25th. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. If I can get out of the house and get someone to watch the kid, I'm going for it. Nothing really much to say, just a quick little update on some stuff. Past video still in the works. I'm still working on it. As you can see, I'm not working in the basement today. I'm upstairs in the kitchen. It's a little bit more echoey. And from what I can see on the viewfinder, the color looks fantastic. I've had some questions regarding card clips. Let me go over a few things about card clips that some of you may know, some of you might not know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin things around and point it down, and away we'll go. So here we go. Now, what most of you, it's a nice little outside shot, by the way. It's my neighborhood just near Lake Ontario. There we go. Now, what most of you may or may not be aware of is that there's a significant difference between the various card clips that are out there. Basically, the primary two that are in existence are the standard stainless steel card clips that most of us have seen. And then there's the porper card clips, which have a distinct visual difference compared to the stainless steel clips. The major difference between the two is how they hold the cards and where they hold the cards. Now, we'll start with the steel clips. Because of their design, basically the straight three, the three edges here, the weakest point in this clip is going to be right here in the corners. Only because there's not that much tension being applied here. All of the tension has to be translated out here, and you can actually, I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see a slight angle. There's less space here than there is down here. And I'll see if I can just stick this deck here. Let's stick the ghost deck in. Now, and as I stick the ghost deck in, it might not work because this is an illusionist deck. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker. But what happens is essentially when you stick a deck in, all the pressure is applied along the outer edges because that's where the pieces pinch together. And that's just due to the design of the way the metal is folded, the way it's bent. The weakest part being back here means that there's less pressure here than there is out here. So your pressure really doesn't start getting applied to the cards until about midway further out. And actually I'll demonstrate that very easily soon. The porper clips, though, on the other hand, what's unique about this, and Joe Porper has researched this quite a bit, is this little bend here actually allows the weak point to be moved out, as well as this U-shape allows it to be a little bit more compressed than it would be down here. As a result, you've got even pressure all throughout the entire deck because this corner isn't butted up right up against the deck. Now, it's a nice good fit. Now in this clip here, it might not work for the this deck. Yeah, see, and it's and you can see how there's space in here. That's because again, the weakness, the function of this metal here, the bent corners, doesn't allow me to push the deck in fully. Okay, and as I pull the deck out, you can see where the problem lies. All the pressure is here. So when you try to pull it out, you're pinching the deck in order to try and get it out. It's not functional. If you do it with the porpers, it's a little easier. You can grab these things here, you can pull it out. And this is just a standard bike, it's not an illusionist deck. But every deck that I've ever tried to put into one of these decks just doesn't want to go. Maybe just because they're made, by the millions. Now, of the stainless steel clips, there's really not much variety unless you want to get into the custom engraved ones that we've got. This is the Tiger, and I gotta admit, man, they look good. This looks fantastic. But watch this. I could literally, let's just see if I can do it. There you go. I can shake it out. Now that can be alleviated by bending here, but again, when I bend here, more pressure is out here than here, so it's only really keeping half my deck flat. And then after a while, it's going to unbend itself. You're going to have to bend it back again. The other stainless steel clip, here's the ghost one. Again, very, very nice looking. This is an excellent looking card clip. And last but not least, there's the Masters. And these all suffer the same problem. Like that just slid right out. My goodness. Like I don't have there's not that there's anything wrong with these. They do what they're supposed to do. It's like the difference between your old beater truck that gets you from point A to point B and works, as opposed to the brand new Ford F-150 that still gets you from point A to point B, but has GPS and DVD player along with you, so you can just take advantage of all the luxuriousness of it. The clips that once you work them in, let's just go ahead and just bend this down just a little bit. Once you get them bent and working, they'll perform their function. You'll have to keep tweaking it every now and then. So it fits in there nice. You'll take a little bit extra pressure now. Whereas the porper clips, there's two types of porper clips. There's one for illusionist decks and there's one for non-illusionist decks. Now, I know you're saying, does it really make a difference? The answer is hell yes. Most illusionist decks, all illusionist decks, with the exception of the 1500s, are printed on the slightly thicker stock, and as a result, the stock being thicker, in addition to most jokers, requiring 2 jokers in each deck to be used for an effect that most of the decks have built in addition to, some decks even have like a double face card as well. So that's 3 extra cards you normally keep in your deck that you normally wouldn't. When I am using regular bikes, I get rid of all the extra cards and I toss 1 joker, because if I'm doing a pick a card trick, I don't want someone picking a joker, because there might, 2 cards are the same. It just really doesn't work that well. I learned the hard way. Get rid of 1 joker. Whereas in the Masters, you've got, no, maybe not the Masters, but the Shadow Masters, the Arcanes, you've got the extra cards that you want to keep in your deck at all times. So in a sense, you're really only tossing maybe 1 or 2 cards. 51 card actually, if I'm not mistaken. So the decks being 52, 53 cards per deck, really the standard porper was designed for the thinner standard bicycle deck in mind. And when we first started carrying the porpers, many cards or decks were shredded trying to get them out by trying to just peel them out and destroying the box in order to get your cards out of the porper clip. Now, let's just go ahead and squeeze this in. So that's, you can tell right away that's a little bit of a tighter fit. There we go. Let's go ahead and slide this one in. See how much easier that goes in? And even here. This is the illusionist one. And if I gave this a good shake, the card would come out. Whereas if I, and then sliding in there, that's, you can tell. You just by putting the cards in, you can tell they're a lot smoother and a lot easier to work with. If you use the illusionist decks, get the porper clip for illusionist decks. Even if you don't, because you can always just go ahead and put in an extra joker to your regular deck of cards and still, have your porper clip work for your illusionist porper clip work for the regular standard deck of bikes. And that's essentially it. The porpers are all I use. I don't use the stainless steel clips, primarily because I feel that the porpers are the Cadillac of card clips. They do what they're supposed to do, and they do it well. Now, moving along, however, we've got these bad boys, and these are the Arcane porper clips. Fantastic. This is the white, the silver one, and right now it's got a white deck in there. And it looks fantastic. And we've got the gunmetal, which is the darker gray. It looks much better with the black deck in there, I think, but the white deck looks fine too. So it's you're good to go there. These clips work fine, and this cutout makes no difference because you're still applying pressure along the edges, which is where most of the issues come from. I feel, anyways. And then there's this one, the red porper. I love the look of this. I love the feel of it. What deck I like to put in it, it's really a personal choice. I think the black goes a little bit better. What I would like to see is I would like to see porper clips without the Arcane cutout so that you can use for your regular decks. If you would like that, write the comments below and tell us what you would like. Maybe we might be able to get that in for you. But I think having these colored porpers just, make things a little bit more interesting. It's nice to have variety. I know some sports car manufacturers only make their cars available in one color. Yeah, everybody has the same sports car in the same color. Whereas with the porper clips, you can now get them in different colors. So on that note, this might be the last video before Christmas. Take care of yourselves. Have a Merry Christmas. Don't have too much fun. Sorry, have a lot of fun. Don't get yourselves in trouble is what I was trying to say. Merry Christmas.